Yeah. Back again. Episode number 3. Go Box Sports Talk Podcast. You already know what it is. We are back. I'm your host, Uncle Dud.
And I'm original CP3.
The original. Never forget
Let's go.
that. We back in the building, man. We had some time off, you know, doing life. But all the while we've been doing life. Our teams in front of us, I don't know what's been going on, man. Like it's a different time right now in Philly.
Bro, you went from being like everybody was saying we number one, we the great team, yada yada. Now they questioning if we should even have been considered ever number one. Like I've heard so many people talking about were we overrated and all
the questions coming now. And I ain't even say the team we was talking about yet. I ain't even say the team we talking about, but y'all already know the team we talking about. We gonna hit on all the sports teams, but for now we gotta hop right into these Eagles, man. We gotta hop right into these Eagles, man. Let's recap, man. So last time we seen y'all, we had the best record in the NFL at 10-1. Mm-hmm. We still currently do have the best record in the NFL. We're tied for the best record in the NFL, but you see that number ain't necessarily moved. You know, we right there at 10-3. So we played San Francisco 2 weeks ago. We had them at home, and that was a big matchup. You know, we talked about the 40 Whiner fans, and they still whining. Even after they beat us, they still whining somehow. But it was anticipated, man. That was like the big dogs of the NFC coming together, and we about to see who really is the big dog, and we laid them an egg, man.
Honestly, watching the game, it's like at first when you first digest it, you're like, man, what happened? Where did we go wrong and all that? How we go down the field twice, looking like, with more yards than the 49ers to start the game, and only get 6 points. What happened with the defense? All those kind of questions. But when we really think about it, you actually, chewing it some more, thinking about it, pondering and stuff like that, or even rewatch it, it's like this was something. It's good that we lost now.
Mm-hmm.
It's good that we lost now. It's like when I watch this, like there's certain parts of the game where I'm saying, okay, you know what? They can learn from this. This is great tape for when we play them in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Like we had to fine tune. We had to fix some stuff.
Right. So the sky not falling in your world.
It was that day. It totally was that day. Especially because it's one thing if we'd have lost a close game. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the whole talk. The whole talk
42-19 was the score.
The whole talk last year was if we were gonna have a tight game, it's gonna be tight. Then we knocked out Brock Purdy. It was a blowout. But everybody was like, oh, if Brock Purdy was playing, it would have been a closer game. So you coming there, okay, this is gonna be the battle. Everybody's healthy, yada. It's gonna be the battle. And then to lose like that,
man,
it was
Swift only
let Debo score twice.
After all that, and we was right at Debo, and you know what? We not fluky over here. We carry it how it's supposed to be carried. I'm gonna salute the Debo for real. Cook this. He
just was the veteran stadium though. All that waving he was doing to the crowd back in the day.
I understand it because he was talking his. And he stood on the business, as they say now. So shout out to Debo. But honestly, man, coming out of that game, I was sitting back. I was waiting for us to, make that punch and start coming back because they controlled the game the first half. I think it was 14-3. We was down by 11 at halftime, right? And what we usually do, we usually come out of half and we usually score, or if they got the ball, we usually stop them, and that didn't happen. They threw a punch at us coming out the half, scored. So that was different.
Right.
But, we still respond with a score after that. But we just couldn't keep trading blows with them. And they came to play. I feel like defensively, it was a piss poor effort. I know a lot of people talk about the tackling after that game. They was mad at people for not tackling. And I was too, watching the game live. We streamed that game. Morrow? Oh, my gosh, Morrow. I don't blame Morrow because they cannot put him on an island versus playmakers like that, man. Like he honestly, what you expect him to do? Christian McCaffrey leaking out into the flat, or Debo coming across the middle. He and what's 52?
All I know is a lot of those plays that they was getting burned on, he seemed to be in the mix.
He was in the mix, but it was a reason. They was attacking him in coverage because when it come to him running with Kittle, when it come to him running with Debo, when it come to him running with McCaffrey or Ayuk, it's not happening. And they seen that matchup. And looking at San Fran play, they don't do anything spectacular. What they do is they give you one look, and then they run a play opposite of that look.
Right.
What our defense kept doing is we kept biting on that first look.
Right.
And then when it came to making the tackle, recovering for the second look, we was out leveraged and we was missing the tackle.
Right.
To me, that can be corrected. Them two Debo scores were literally wide receiver screens. You don't even see that in the NFL. People scoring off those.
I mean, the last one was definitely a great play call on their part and great blocking. The last touchdown he had. So that was great. That was great blocking. Now
it was great blocking, great play call, but it's a wide receiver screen.
Right.
Like they not changing the wheel, reinventing the wheel offensively. San Fran is just about being disciplined and playing physical. And we don't look like a physical team when we don't run the ball. And we did not run the ball versus San Francisco. No, we did not run the ball.
Team. You ain't run the ball against the other team.
We didn't even get the dollars yet. Oh my gosh! But
so run the ball.
Run the ball. How many rushes did we have? Let me check real quick. Swift only had 6 carries versus San Francisco, dog. 6 carries.
Yeah.
Every time we look good this season, it's been because we getting Swift going consistently, and then the offense just open up. That's a common struggle. I'm gonna say with the Eagles over the last 20 years, even dating back to Andy Reid. When we start to struggle, we get away from running the ball. Get away from running the ball. And it's not, if you look at the stat sheet at the end of the game, they ran it 46% of the time. No, I'm talking about key moments in the game, establishing drives early on, establishing identity in the games. We need to run the ball. And I don't feel like this offense has found its groove yet. They're still up there just they just freestyling, it seems like to me. The game plan is kind of like choppy.
Right. I mean, because it's like I get the maybe the thought of, like you said, it were down 14, I believe 14-3. No, 14-6 or something like that. Right. They were down. And so maybe you get worried about, the momentum of the 49ers, and you want to try to score quick to kind of just dispel that. But the way you mess that momentum up is, to your point, you run the ball, like run it down, demoralize, you know what I mean? Demoralize their line.
And you're not running the ball, you're giving the ball right back. And then they're going on a long drive. So by the end of the game, our defense couldn't do nothing. That was just one of them games. They came in here, they out physical to us, they out executed us, and they got the win. But I don't feel like they reinvented the wheel. I don't feel like they showed they was the more dominant or physical team. It's just that day, their game plan with our game plan, they was more ready to play. It was a letdown by the Eagles. I mean, there's no way to,
because there was opportunities in the passing game to make plays, and it's like it wasn't just Jalen Hurts. Like some of the guys weren't catching the ball or holding on. You know what I mean? So it's like we haven't even gotten to the second game. That game with the 49ers, like some of that, it's like I get, even having said what you said about running the ball, it's like there were plays that were possibly made that could have been made in the passing game, but they didn't execute. A lot of it was execution. Like they were getting open, but guys weren't catching the ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you could say, they should run the ball more, but it's like if it's sort of working in regards to the passing, but everybody's not executing, then we can, you can't get, like, it's not on the coach. Like, people want to talk about, it's Brian Johnson, he's not calling the right play. No, guys have to execute, and they didn't execute for the last 2 weeks. They haven't been executing, man. Actually,
they haven't been executing at all.
Argue like a lot of the season, because
they haven't played the clean offensive football game yet, in my opinion. It's always been struggles for a quarter, 2 quarters. They've been being with the heroics the second half, but we knew at some point we was gonna have to figure out something early in the game. So I think that's this team number one priority right now, to figure out how to come out the gate and play Eagles football, because right now I don't know what Eagles football is. I just don't. And we could blame a lot of people, like you said. But that's not what we do. We look at how each individual person can get better and go in the lab. But San Francisco came into Philly, they beat us. And you know what I was saying going into the game. I'm like, if there's a narrative for them to beat us or us beat them, and then later on we play again, I feel much comfortable with us taking the L early. Because we're gonna have to see them again. San Fran, listen, you're gonna have to see us again. You ain't kill us. We still out here. We look in our room. We will be back around. And when we come back around, if you think you're going to get that type of effort versus the team twice, especially when there was a bunch of things they could have just corrected or just made the play, it's going to be different.
We were, even though the score was what it was, we actually were sort of still in that game to make some kind of run near the end. It's just that they just didn't, like, we got there, we got close to, I think, tying it, and then they scored another touchdown. But it's like, even with that, it's like we still could have made that a game at the end if we just could have got some stops and executed better, but we didn't.
Yeah.
So it's not like they can't do it. It's not like this team was, like you said, so much better that even if the Eagles had their best game, they wouldn't have beat the 49ers. No, it wasn't like that. We didn't have our best game.
Not at all.
If we had our best game, we just would have won a close game against the 49ers.
No, on a scale of 1 to 10, I say that effort the Eagles put out that day was about a 5. That's nowhere near close. If you want to really say, okay, you're doing too much, say a 6. But that game was nowhere near the potential of what this team could be. And honestly, you don't want to be peaking right now anyway. But, San Francisco beat us. And then, we had the next, important matchup. We back to back to back. Speaking of this gauntlet, man, they was calling it a gauntlet 8 weeks ago. They said we got 7 crazy games coming up. And we've been rolling through people. And, we finally got to a point to where San Fran was able to get a lick on us. And then we came to Dallas. We had to go to Dallas. And Dallas we already beat Dallas for context. We beat them in Philadelphia early in the season.
Yeah.
It's like we always split with Dallas no matter what the last few years. We didn't want to split coming off of L.
No.
We wanted to go in there and get that win just because we just came off of L and who it was 2. But we went into Dallas and we split. What's your thoughts on that one?
I thought that was a game where at first you look at the score and you're like, man, maybe the Eagles aren't as good as I thought they were. They played 2 good teams.
That was going through your mind, huh?
Dallas, I give you, I still don't know if I would have said Dallas was top 5 2 weeks ago, like you were saying, but whatever.
I don't talk about that.
But they did live up the way they played this past Sunday. They did look like maybe they are a top 5 team. But even having said that, I think that it was more about us not executing than Dallas just totally like dominating us, and we just had no answer. Like, no, like, yes, Jalen. Well, yeah, 3 of our top offensive players fumbled. AJ fumbled.
How about that?
Devontae fumbled.
They was greasing the ball.
Each time they fumbled, we were moving the ball
in their territory, if not in their red zone. Each fumble.
Right. So it's not a thing. It's just a thing again back to execution, meaning holding on to the ball. You know what I'm saying? Not letting people, rip the ball. I mean, I give it to them. A couple of those fumbles, they just ripped out their arm. It's just
forced turnovers. I mean,
yeah.
Those was forced turnovers. When you go for the tackle and your mind can think, I'm going to strip the ball too, that's a different type of defender. And they was on that. There must have been a emphasis in the scouting report that we always try to get yards after the catch, which we do, especially AJ. So they need to clean that up. We've been winning doing what we're doing. So,
but hold on, back to what you said before. We ain't run the ball. We also, I think in that one's probably even less stats. He probably even had even less carries. It seemed like than he had in the 49ers game, like you said. I just
Swift carried the ball 11 times.
It didn't feel it felt like it should have been more even still with
40 yards, 3.5 per carry. The longest run was 7 yards the whole day.
Right. Or give him some screens. Like, get more screens with him. They got to use him more. They got to use him more.
Okay. Gainwell carried the ball only 4 times. So it ain't like they was running the ball. I think they ran the ball under 20 times. If you don't count Jalen Hurts rushes, because he had a whole nother dynamic.
Right, but he's not supposed to be running the ball. You have running backs to do that. Now, don't get me wrong. He runs when he has to.
Has to.
They should not be designing running plays for him. Right?
Yeah.
That's what you have running backs for.
Mm-hmm.
We need him to pass the ball because for real, I do not feel confident with Marcus Mariota having to start if something happened to Jalen.
No.
So
it's not going to be a Carson Wentz to Nick Foles type thing. So if Jalen Hurts can't make it through, you know, we pretty much can pack it up for the season. Not to say that Mariota is terrible, but well, he's not Jalen Hurts. He's a jerk.
No, so let him scramble.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't we should not be counting a bunch of running plays for him. To your point, use Swift more, not Hurts more in regards to running. Use Gainwell more. Don't you know what I'm saying?
And not just running the ball. Run the ball when you're supposed to.
Right.
Like on situations down the distances. I'm tired of us being in 3rd and 2, and now we want to throw the ball and get cute when we are a power, you know, short yardage, get the yardage type of team and move the chain.
Right.
Over the past few weeks, we have been in multiple situations, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, and we get cute trying to run some weird play and negative yards and maybe Holton, and you getting away from who you truly are. And I don't know if the Eagles know who they are right now, because situational football is not looking good for us. We're making some bad decisions where everybody at home is like, why would you run that play right there?
I mean, in their defense, a lot of teams a lot of teams do that. So it's not just them, but you're right. If we just
the philosophy is what? If we don't get it here, we're gonna go for it anyway.
That's true.
But
too.
Why play around? If we're gonna do that, cool. Just run the ball twice. Run the ball twice. We have one of the top 3, if not first, offensive line in the NFL.
Yeah.
And we're not making teams feel it enough, in my opinion. Pause. Our presence is not being exerted enough in these games. It looked like we come in the game and we just got trying to adjust to whatever they do and hope something start working along the way. I don't know what Eagles football is at this point. You know what I mean? So we need to really figure that out. We need to figure that out.
I do like that we picked up Shaq Leonard. I still like how the defensive line plays, you know, because they tried to help us in that game. They made a play. Jalen Carter fumble return, like that was great. And it's like, okay, momentum's happening. And then again, we had another fumble. Like just when it's like
fumbles.
Execution, man.
Turnovers. Penalties.
Execution.
And penalties. Oh my gosh, the last few games with these penalties.
Yeah,
I don't know what's been going on. It seemed like we ain't supposed to win these last few games, but I'm not going to blame it on that. But just watching the game, it's like every key situation where we off the field or they off the field, here come a penalty. What's going on? What's going on? I don't know. But we playing sloppy, so we got so many things we got to correct that we're not even going to shine the light on that. But we see it. Just know that we see it, man. So we coming off 2 straight L's. We don't necessarily think the sky is falling. I know I don't. I know we didn't give Dallas any chance. We didn't put no pressure on them. And I know if you put the right amount of pressure on Dallas, what's going to happen? They was comfortable that game. And then y'all ain't even boat races like y'all should have with how we was playing. You know
totally. And again, so that goes back to feeling encouraged versus discouraged about how, you know, they're going to, you know, do to the end of the season as well as in the playoffs.
So you encouraged?
I am encouraged.
Do you still feel like they the best team in the NFC?
At the moment, no, I do not.
He said 2 things can be true.
Exactly. Because they're not, it's what you said earlier. They're not playing like the best team. You can't you can't say a team is the best team if they're not playing like it. And technically speaking, they have not been playing like the best team in NFC, let alone the NFL. But the thing is though, we believe, I think you and I both believe, is that they have the ability to be the best team, and they have to execute. If they execute better, they can be, and the potential for them to execute better, I think, is there. So
check that out. Listen, y'all, that's logic coming from a Philadelphia Eagles fan. Y'all claim we don't got it. Y'all claim we delusional about our team, but did you hear that? And I'll follow up on that by saying, honestly, if I had to put my money on one team in the NFC, I'm putting it on the Eagles. But that's not like right now. So to answer the question right now, you can't say we the best team in the NFC. You just can't objectively say that. We just lost to San Fran. San Fran beat Dallas. San Fran beat us. You got to say they are the best team right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can argue about whether Dallas is better than us right now. Who playing better? I understand if you're saying Dallas is, but logically you can't say it. But like you said, man, down the road, I have no worries about Dallas whatsoever. I don't think even playing them and technically getting dominated by them, it didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like they were the superior team. It just was like we were shooting ourselves in the foot. And San Fran, everything that went wrong versus San Fran is totally correctable. And if you get them out of their, out of what they want to do offensively, which we haven't done to anybody lately. We haven't done it to anybody lately. So we play our type of game. I think the Eagles can end up being the best team and will end up being the best team in the NFC. But right now, I can't say they are the best team.
Dude, Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott, neither one of them showed me anything that made me say, oh, wait, we need to be afraid of that guy.
Neither one of them. Brock throwing a bunch of screen passes. Brock, you might make one crucial throw every 8 throws you throw. You don't have no pressure running that offense. You just
he's not a bum. He's not a bum. Don't get me wrong. But he is very fortunate to have the team that he has around him, as well as the coach that's doing a great job of the play calling for him. Because
Mariota could be over there running that. That's what I will say.
I'm not going to disrespect Brock Purdy.
Mariota could be over there running that.
I'm not going to do that. But I do see your point. I don't know if I would. I mean, that's kind of disrespecting Brock Purdy. I'm not going to go that far. But
all right. I mean, Brock Purdy. I'm not a Brock Purdy fan. I mean,
he's not elite. He's not elite. Yeah, he's not elite. And Dak Prescott, yes, he's gotten a little better, but no,
Dak's playing really well. I'm not going to throw shots at Dak right now. Dak's playing really well. He's in command of his offense. He's looking like, I know we want to keep Dak in that category of, he's just not that, but he's progressing and he's looking like he's at that point now to where he's figuring out, okay, how I can exploit this defense pre-snap. And actually, I can throw any pass on the field, getting into that area to where you just in the zone for real. And I think that Dak is in that zone. I'm not going to say Dak is trash, but I will say Dallas as a whole, when that pressure get on their light, when that pressure get on them and the stakes get the highest, I don't know if Dak is going to play like he's playing now. That's what I will say.
Right, that's true. That's possible. I wouldn't say they're trash either. I never thought they were trash at the beginning of the season. They came out, looking like monsters or at least formidable.
They always do.
They always came out looking like formidable, and I was like, oh, okay. Maybe they finally are maybe going to pull it together to actually be competitive, not to beat us, but to be competitive. But
to win the playoff game.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't see that Dak has impressed me to the point where I'm like, oh, we're totally wrong about him. Oh, maybe we need to rethink. Maybe he actually is like, a threat to go finally win it all this year. No, the only way they beat us is if we play again like we did this past Sunday, where we don't
exactly. And I doubt it's going to happen twice, especially if we come up against San Fran again. I can almost guarantee we will not play the same way. And Dallas,
go ahead.
Dallas, you already know. You already know what it is when we meet. Y'all just got the last licking, and y'all know we never pretty much win 2 straight versus each other. Right. So y'all already know what's coming next time we see y'all. Y'all better hope it's next season.
I will say this. Looking at these stats coming down at the bottom, it's great and all, but we got to get Jalen Hurts to fix his fumbling thing, man.
Oh, man.
This fumbling thing is starting to be back to you asking the best team. What part of why we're not the best team is because while I do believe in him, I believe in him in the fourth quarter because I thought, he made some plays. He made that play to Devontae fumble. Like, they were making the play where they're moving down the field. But he got working his fumble thing. Hurts got working his fumble thing. Man.
Yeah. I don't really have too much to say about that. You do. You got to fix that.
Yeah,
you got to fix that.
It's almost like it's starting to be almost like how Eli Manning, in my opinion, was back in the day, where it was like you always could wait for just at least 1 or 2 Eli Manning picks. Per match.
Please don't get there, Jalen. When you got the Eli,
where it's like we're waiting for Hurts. So we just gonna wait for him to play long enough. He'll fumble. It's like
we knew we was gonna get the Eli pick. We knew Eli was gonna walk off the field looking confused.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want that. Exactly. We don't want that for Hurts, where it's like every game you just wait on it. And no, we don't want that. But it's starting to look. He's getting close.
And the rest of the team, it seemed like it's getting contagious versus Dallas. So We need to clean that up. I don't know what y'all need to do. Pull the broomsticks out at practice, hit the balls, pause, and work on ball security drills. But we need to do something.
Do like that movie, The Program, from back in the day. Hold on, take
Program?
the ball everywhere. You
gotta hold the ball everywhere you go. They had Wawa.
Exactly. You might need to do that. I don't know. Something.
Yeah, they gotta do something. I don't know.
Because that's concerning. It's concerning. It's not. I'm not worried, but it is concerning, especially because of the fact that in the biggest game, it happened. Yeah, and then it seems like this season it's happened too much.
It's been happening when we've been struggling.
Exactly.
And we've been getting away with it sometimes. So yeah, get it together, Eagles. The city's still riding with y'all. We still riding with y'all. We know what y'all capable of. Y'all haven't showed it.
I still believe in you, Slay. I still believe in you, man. I still believe in you, Slay. My partner, he was dogging you at one point, and I tried to defend you. And I don't know, man. You ain't made me look good. I still believe in you.
No comment.
I still believe in you, man.
No comment on the guy. Make a play, and I'll talk about you. But we going into Seattle, Monday night.
Yeah.
We got the Monday night football game. The whole world gonna be watching. What's your thoughts on that game? Give it a little quick prediction on what you think we're gonna do.
I think they're gonna come in there. People are gonna doubt us, and I think it's good. Honestly, I'm going in there thinking that they're gonna have to play a really great game. They can't go in there slacking. Like Seattle could actually beat us on Monday night football. Like they're not bumps.
Any given Monday.
You can look at their record. No, but I mean, watching the games, like you look at their record, but they're not bumps. Like DK Metcalf could do to us what Deebo Samuel did if we're not careful. That could happen.
Yeah, they got some pieces over there. They play very well at home. That 12th man. So it's gonna be a tough matchup. Don't look at the record and get fooled, like you said. Right. But you got to give a prediction. What we doing?
We're gonna win.
Okay.
Win. I just don't feel as confident right now. But it's like,
but we gonna win
because I don't know which team is gonna show up.
Okay.
It's not about whether we're not better. We're better than the Seahawks, but I feel like technically we're still better than those two teams we just lost to. But that team didn't show up.
Yeah, so we don't know who's going to show up. And the last couple efforts got us questioning who's going to show up on Monday night. But he's saying he know the Eagles going to win.
Eagles.
Yeah, I'm saying the Eagles. He don't want to get no score because he ain't sure who's going to show up. Even though he gave me last time.
I'll give you the score.
What's the score?
It's going to be 21-17.
21-17 the Eagles. That means our offense still ain't going to be on.
They got to show me something. I hope it's a blowout, but 21-17, bro.
I think we're going to win too, man. I think we're going to win too. I think we're going to go into Seattle. We're going to clean up a lot of things. It's going to be a tough first half, but I don't think we're going to fall behind. And I think the second half, we just going to step on their necks and wind up winning by more than 10 points. I'm going to say the score is going to be 21-31.
Okay.
21-31. Matter of fact, 34-21. Let's go with that.
Okay.
That look a little bit more clean. That look a little bit more clean in my mind. Wow. I mean, 34-21.
You think, okay. All right. I hope you, I like that.
If they score 21. Because I feel like I'm tired of hearing people talking. They tired of hearing people talking. They got to get back to the drawing board and do some soul searching. And they did that this week. So Monday night.
I feel like we got 2 out of the 4 games we got. You got the Seahawks, Giants twice, and Cardinals. I think the Seahawks and one of those Giants games is going to be tough, man. I'm nervous about when we play the Giants.
Well, we'll get there. Because we in it for the long haul. We're going to walk y'all through it. And, we need therapy as a collective, as Philly fans. We talked about it last time. Right. And, y'all got to start literally giving people free therapy sessions if they Eagles fans. Because we need it. We need it because we invested. We invested to the end. And our future's still looking bright. So, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the Eagles session. But quickly, last time you gave me about my top 5 and we lost to one of the teams. Not saying that they better than us, but we got to kind of update the top 5 because the Eagles was sitting at the top last time we met. Real quick, what's your top 5?
It's Niners, Chiefs, Dolphins, Cowboys.
Say it.
Cowboys. And I guess the Eagles, man, at the 5, man. No, wait, what? I actually might be my fandom speaking. I don't know because the Ravens
Who replaced? So the Ravens. The Ravens not in your top 5.
I didn't put them in there. I didn't put that. I put the Dolphins ahead of them.
Okay, so you said San Fran.
But you're right. You're right.
Chiefs,
I may have to. Yeah.
Miami, Cowboys, Eagles. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go my number 1 spot. I'm going to go to Baltimore Ravens. Shout out to boy Lamar Jackson.
Number 1.
Wow. Number one. Number 2, I'm going to go the San Francisco 49ers. Shout out to the San Francisco 49ers, or the 40 Winers, as we call their fan base. Number 3. Now this off the fly. We ain't write this down. We don't got no pre-show notes or nothing. Number 3, I'm gonna have to go with the Dallas Cowgirls. Number 3. Number 4,
over the Chiefs,
the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 4, the 4th team in the NFL. Number 5, I'm going to go the Kansas City Chiefs. That's my top 5.
You know what? I have to agree with you. I should put the Eagles over the Chiefs. You're right. We did beat them.
That's how it works.
That's totally
how it works. And they're struggling still. They just lost.
That's totally true.
And Miami just lost to Tennessee. So Miami, you can't go on my top 5 no more because you already got the fraud tag on you. And for you to lose to the Tennessee when you could have took a real chokehold on a conference, nah. You got to slide out of there. Tennessee ain't better than 49ers. Tennessee ain't better than Cowboys. We play tougher opponents.
The Dolphins might have my hard knocks it might be hard knocks bias.
The hard knocks.
I do enjoy that. I do enjoy their whole their show right now. So
I still got to check it out, man. I still got to check it out.
But yeah, you're right. They did lose to the Titans, even though it was close. They did lose to the Titans.
Yeah, that was a good game too. But we're gonna go ahead and end off there on our NFL segment. It's been love. We got plenty more NFL season left. Rock with us through the whole journey. We going to the end. We live streaming games now, so make sure y'all tap in with us. We doing watch parties sometime, y'all. Who else gonna watch the game with y'all? So come tap in with us during this NFL season. We on the journey. So let's get into them Philadelphia 76ers now, Philadelphia 76ers, the 16-7 Philadelphia 76ers, win last night in Detroit, handled them.
Yeah, as they should. They beat them. They beat the Wizards. I don't even know who are on the Wizards right now.
Jordan Poole, Draymond victims. Jordan Poole, Kyle
Kyle Kuzma,
Kuzma,
the bubble wrap guy. Okay, all right.
Yeah, they don't got too many pieces over there. They could get the number 1 pick. That's what I feel like.
It was.
We handling business, man. We handling business. They not good.
They handling business.
They're not good.
They did what they're supposed to do.
They did what we were supposed to do, man.
We got the best player.
Do we in the whole league?
No, I didn't know whole league. We got the best player at those matchups. We got the best player in those matchups. We got still top 5 player in the league. Yeah.
Okay.
Top 5. Embiid's top 5. Embiid's top 5.
Embiid's definitely top 5. We ain't playing no games about that.
We should win. We should beat the Wizards and the Pistons.
We're on a 1, 2, 3, 4-game win streak right now. 4-game win streak versus the Wizards twice, the Hawks once, the Pistons, yesterday, and we got the Pistons tomorrow. So, we playing well right now. The competition not too steep. We not going to get too crazy about it, but we holding steady. Oubre back in the lineup now. Shout out to Oubre being back.
Yes.
Shout out to that guy, man, being back. Right. Listen, matter of fact, we got to give him a clap, actually, for being back. Oubre, shout out. Off them bikes.
Yeah, we need him. Embiid is doing what he does. He apparently had 8. This is the 8 consecutive 30-10 games. Can't sleep on that tie with Will Chamberlain. That's big. That's big, especially for the city.
Business.
That's big.
That's a big business.
You don't want to sleep on that. Yeah, Embiid, doing what he does. But it's against, like you said, just okay competition.
Yeah.
So
we ain't writing home about it, but we handling business. When you handle business versus who you supposed to handle business against, it feels good. It feels good when you go into games and you they're not about to sneak up and get us. We clearly better.
Pay attention.
Yeah, we want to get to that point with the Eagles.
Pay attention, Eagles. Yeah,
we playing down the competition lately, but you're
Exactly.
right, man. They handling
Exactly.
business. They figuring out the system. It's a long journey, man. It's a long
Mm-hmm.
journey throughout the season. So I don't like to overhype, any one game or
Mm-hmm.
or overreact to any one stretch, especially being this early in the season. But they playing well, man. Embiid, you see Embiid numbers down there. He averaging since the last time we talked. Maxey points per game went down a little bit, but his assists went up. I still want to see Maxey be more aggressive every night. I don't want him to fern to anybody any night. Some nights he just decide to not step on their neck like he can. I want him to have the Embiid attitude too. That's gonna take us the furthest. But I can't complain. He's still hooping, averaging 26. Embiid averaging
I
what
feel
Embiid
like
average?
I think it's 30, isn't it? 30, 31, something like
30,
that.
34. It looked like 33.8, almost 34.
Okay. No, I was okay. Sorry for shortchanging you, big guy. But I mean, it's like I will say this: they have so far exceeded expectations for how I felt beginning of the season. Like I honestly felt like they were going to be trash, even though I didn't feel like Harden was the savior and he's like the big But I just felt like they would have possibly been better keeping Harden just based on his skills.
Yeah.
Because of but I didn't know Maxey was. I knew Maxey was good. I just didn't know that he would be stepping up to the level he's been stepping up, and it's great to see. And not to mention the other pieces are good. Like honestly, I like Pat Beverly on this team.
I do too, man. I was putting Pat Beverly in the vein of PJ Tucker because we all know how I feel about PJ Tucker, but no, it's not that when it comes to Pat. Pat can do something offensively. Yes. Pat adds energy, he has defense, and I feel like he adds everything he brings to the table is felt on the court. You know what I mean? When he's out there, if he's intense, it's a different type of intensity when he's intense. Right. You know what I mean? And I'm saying he could score a little bit still, when Embiid missed game, Maxey missed the game in Boston. Bev had like 20 something. He was out there doing step back threes. Now I don't want to see that when them guys on the floor.
Right.
But it's nice to know that you ain't scared to put the ball in the basket.
And he puts energy, man, with the team, man. I feel like his energy is contagious with the team. So I definitely I like the pieces that I'm starting to appreciate.
It's good energy,
the pieces
man.
that they got, man.
Synergy.
Yeah, man. I mean, Batum actually is a good complementary piece offensively. He is.
You know what? Wide up is Batum then. Wide up is Batum then.
So I mean, yo. I do. I ain't gonna talk, but it's like right now, it's early still. But
I mean, now how it looked last night? Oubre played the fourth most amount of minutes, so he pretty much back there in the rotation where he's supposed to be. He was right there, the fourth guy before he went out, so he working his way back down. Melton minutes creeping down a little bit. Everybody minutes creeping down a little bit now that he back, but he's getting more comfortable offensively. He had 17 last night.
Right. I knew he was a good piece when we got him. I mean, I didn't realize how complimentary he was, but to our team. But yeah, man, I think it started to get me a little excited.
Okay.
I'm not fully on board with the excitement, but
okay. So this team you'll be okay with going into the playoffs with.
I think so, man. I don't see. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But you know how I feel. I feel like even if we try to do a trade, my thing is this: you do a trade. Sometimes you do a trade to try to get a piece, but you end up losing a bunch of complementary pieces.
Yeah.
Process, and don't always work out. You know what I'm saying? We'll find out how the Bucks do with they got
Bogdanovich, that played for Detroit. Did you watch the? Yeah, listen.
I did.
He will fit perfect with us, dog. He get to a bucket. He can shoot. Like I'll give up two of our pieces to have a more potent off. It depends what pieces we talking about.
I'd rather him make some noise and get cut on waivers or something like that, so we could pick him up.
Okay, you don't want to make no trade for him.
Nah, they're 2-22. He might do that. He might say, "I want to go to a better team." He might.
Man, I like him next to Embiid. Honestly, I really would like that next to Embiid. Two people that really get to a bucket at the 4 and the 5. Yeah, I would really like that. But Detroit is bad over there. 2-22. Goddamn.
When you bring up him, all I think about is Ilyasova. I think about
Shout out to Illy.
Okay.
Shout out to Illy.
We'll
you know
see.
what I mean? Illy wasn't terrible, but Illy was
No, it
slow.
wasn't.
He could shoot the ball. He had
We'll
IQ.
See. Right.
But no, he didn't get buckets like 44 do from Detroit.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. So you saying you cool with this team?
Cool.
You know, you gonna put your chips in with this team and just ride.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not decided yet. Give me up until about February, and I can let you know whether this team need to make a trade or not. But right now, it's looking good. I like the system that they're in. System that they're in.
You probably need to start figuring out in January, not February. February might be too late. I think the trade deadline is in February. So you might want to be.
Yeah, I need to take it up until the deadline. I need all the info I can get. All the info I can get.
I guess.
But the sky the limit. The sky the
Right.
limit. You know what I mean? But Milwaukee is playing better. Boston, they solid. So I do think them teams showed a little different level, when they playing well. So I don't know. I got to see us play Milwaukee again and see how we stack up. But so far, so good for the Sixers, man. The Sixers is holding it down for the city. Sixers is holding it down for the city, man. It ain't no drama. It's just wins. So shout out. Shout out to the Sixers, you know what I mean? So we ain't gonna spend too much time on the Sixers. It's 82 of them things. We'll check back in with y'all soon on them. But next opponent, the Detroit Pistons, the 2-22 Detroit Pistons, they coming to Philly, tomorrow, Friday night. We'll tap in with any updates we got when it comes to, the Sixers in the future. But shout out to the Sixers, shout out to Max, shout out to Embiid, shout out to all y'all. Shout out Nick Nurse, man. Keep putting on. We need it right now. So yeah, we're gonna wrap up that Sixers portion of the show. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get into something a little bit more, lighthearted, a little bit more off topic, but it has to do with sports. I'm giving context clues. It has to do with wrestling. It has to do with boxing.
A lot of boxing. Yeah.
MMA.
Yeah. All of the above.
One might say,
Yeah.
It's a lot of things going on.
Bro.
Let's get right into it, man. Let's see what we doing.
Yeah, that's it.
Now we got some thoughts on this.
Definitely.
Be patient. I am the producer too. We got to make it work. How we make it work? There we go. Draymond right on the screen. Let's get it.
Right there is hilarious. The sound effects is crazy.
What is he doing?
Yo, you probably should have been suspended indefinitely for that. Stepping on somebody.
What is wrong with Bull?
Well, one of those I felt like was a legit foul where he just trying to make sure he don't get the shot off. See. Oh, of course, you got to add LeBron for it.
That would.
No, yeah, see.
This acting is so bad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, see right there, like that's uncalled for.
You doing too much. Now see that last one when the clip first started. I'm gonna play that one more time.
The Jordan Poole joint just cracks me. It just hits me.
That joint right there. This the latest allegation.
That's the latest one. Right.
This just happened.
Yeah.
Versus the Suns. Look at this guy. And if you seen the whole clip, he tries to sell it like he's being yanked backwards. And he's just coming around. He got yanked so hard that he's trying to turn around to see who it was, and he just made a mistake and hit the person.
Right.
But it's bad acting, man.
I mean, I get. See, how I saw it was he's trying to do something to make sure the guy don't be grabbing on. Because I mean, it did look like Nurkic was grabbing his arm, not to the point that he needed to get punched in the face.
Yeah,
but he was grabbing his arm, and it's like, oh, so Draymond, because I've seen him do it before. And it's like just like with the whole when he stepped on the guy, he's that one. I think that was against not Stojakovic. It was a player that for the Kings when he stepped on him. The guy did grab his leg, and so he calls himself. I'm gonna step on him.
Talking about Sabonis.
Sabonis,
the Sabonis one, yeah.
When he stepped on him, it's like he's trying to say that, okay, I ain't want him to grab my leg. I want to, get him so he won't grab my leg again. It's like, that's not how you do it, bro. That's not how you do it. You don't punch the dude in the face just so you say, well, he'll grab my arm again. That's not how it works, man. That's not how any of this works.
He tries to sell it every time he does something crazy, and it makes it look even worse. Like when he was tugging with the guy recently, the guy kind of like yanked him back a little bit, and his reaction was delayed. But he was like, okay, I'm getting yanked. I'm gonna use this time now to deliver a cheap shot and come around and just hit bull. Same thing with the Sabonis thing. He tripped you, but he didn't succeed. But you was like, I'm gonna take this opportunity to act like you succeed and stepped on your chest. And I think it's so clear with video evidence. The human body has certain mechanics. You're not going to yank that way intentionally if it wasn't done when the initial force was created.
Oh, so and then he tried to lie and say that after the game, I think something like I say lie. I mean, maybe he tried to say that he didn't know that he was there. He didn't mean to do that. It's like, come on, dude.
Of course, you ain't gonna go up there and say, yeah, I meant to do it, and I'll do it again. I'm gonna step on your face, I'm gonna step on your fingernail, I'm gonna fart in your face, whatever I gotta do to get an advantage, I'm gonna do. He can't go up there and say that. But what he is saying is he's not going to change as a player. And I think that highlight reel definitely backs that evidence up. I don't know if this guy is going to change. I mean, would I call him a dirty player? I don't like, he's on the line of a dirty player. It seems like when he's in situations to where it's extra physical things going on and stuff outside the lines, he's going to take it the furthest. I don't know if he's the guy that's going to just like be dirty for no reason. He's naturally intense. But I think once
the Nurkic play, which you're talking that started this whole thing, he was being grabbed. Like, that's not getting like the guy was grabbing his arm, but it's just that, and so he tried to pull his arm away and he couldn't. From what it looked like, he couldn't pull his arm away. So he did the move that he did to spin around to kind of get him off him. And it's like, I get the logic of trying to get free. But that's not how you do it. And so it's like, when you call him a dirty player, at first I'm like, is he? But then I'm like, I see it's not right. It's not clean. It's not a legit move. So I guess it is dirty.
He's not super dirty, but he got dirt on him. I'm gonna say that. He need to take a bath. He's not the dirtiest. Like, he doesn't do intentionally dirty things. But take him,
that was intentionally dirty.
Yes. But he was taken to that ram. He felt like it was getting physical. And I feel like when he gets in that zone, like we there, he's going to do something to you, and hopefully he can play it off with something that you did. And it just don't be seeming natural when he does the things he do. It's kind of like hilarious. Like, Draymond, if you could just look at yourself, there's no way you could say you're not doing this on purpose. And I don't know if they gave him his punishment yet, but he just came back off a 5-game suspension. At this point, he hurting his team because Golden State ain't got much over there.
And it's funny how the NBA now wants to be like, oh, it's just too much and stuff like that. This dude's been doing it. You just saw clips. That ain't that ain't just from this season. That ain't just from last season. They've been letting them get away with this kind of stuff for a while. Don't get me wrong. I was still upset. I still get a little upset by the fact that he was kicked out, that he was suspended for a game. The whole LeBron thing in the finals. To me, that was, LeBron knew what he was doing. That was
excessive at that point.
But it was like LeBron knew what he was doing. He baited him. He knew that bull had anger management issues. He baited him into something, and it worked. But
LeBron it's like,
tight. But it's like the NBA let this stuff go when he was winning championships. But now they're not as good as they used to be, or he's a little older now, and it's like,
they're not the marquee team. They're not the team that's selling all the tickets no more. They're not the main attraction. They're not the people that's traveling around and every arena sold out. And you older. You're not a breadwinner for us no more.
Exactly.
So your behavior got to become a little better. I mean, when you're young and you out there and you lit, you're not necessarily worried about repercussions because you lit. You can put out most fires, but you slowing down. You're not lit. You're not lit no more at all, Draymond. So you might need to think about changing it up, but I don't even know if he able to. But what's hilarious about him is every time he do something, he be throwing his hands up like that afterwards. Like anytime you get caught and the first thing you do is, it's not me, we know you're lying. Like when you catch a little kid eating candy, like, I ain't eating no candy. Stop throwing your hands up.
if his age matched his number, they would have probably, I would almost bet money they would have had a definitive number of games. But because he's at the point where he's near like closer to the end of his career, they do this whole indefinitely. Oh, we want to try to help him to get all the help that he needs.
They got to do 10 at least. They got to do 10 at least, double the last one.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I agree. At least
so
10.
I don't know.
I
mean, but Draymond, what are you doing? Take acting classes so you can sell it better if you're not going to change.
See,
because your acting is terrible. You out there just all out of rhythm trying to sell
it's
something.
It's beyond acting classes, man. It's beyond. I mean, I know you joking, but it's beyond acting classes.
So he need a therapist that's also an acting coach.
Talk to Reggie Miller, man. Reggie Miller was the best at flopping and stuff like that. Come on, dude. And it's not even just fly. It's like he's not even just fly. It's I don't even know what it is. Yeah, he needs therapy.
See, do you remember when Ron Artest hit James Harden with that elbow? Like it was in LA. He had just got the rebound, and he was like acting like he was trying to clear people out the regular way, but he seen Harden there, and he just swung with all his might. But after he hit Harden, he kind of followed through like he was just trying to clear people out. That was a great acting job because that's real crazy. He's somebody who really know. I've been doing this too long. I'm getting good at it. Draymond, you not getting good at it.
So he got to talk to Ron Artest and Reggie Miller.
You got to talk to you got to you can't talk to Meta World Peace. You got to talk to Ron Artest because Meta World Peace ain't gonna teach you how to get away with it. Ron Artest will. And you just got to find him. I heard it Tuesdays and Thursdays is Ron.
Is that?
That's what I heard. But Draymond, you's a wild boy, man. Stop it,
man. Just chill.
And I don't. Do you think Draymond is like that off the court? Like if somebody says something to disrespect him, like he's a hothead like that, and he'll jump on people in real life.
One thing about him, I feel like how he is on the court is really how he is, which I respect in regards to keeping it real. Right. Like anything else, keeping it real and keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he deals with on the court. I definitely think I don't think that's disingenuous at all. I think that's definitely who he is. He's probably got, when it comes, he probably has some anger management issues he has to deal with when it comes. He
definitely got anger management.
When it comes to competitive.
When he get in that zone, I feel like his natural instinct is to snap out, and he kind of like got
He's a dude that kicks the board of Monopoly. He kicks the board of Monopoly when
kicks the board of Monopoly.
He kicks the board.
But I'm not saying he disingenuous, but I could definitely see him kicking a few Monopoly games.
No. I'm sorry. No. He don't kick the board. He just happened to walk over the board.
The acting. Let me get up and go to the bathroom.
Exactly. That's what he does. Exactly. Oh, I accidentally kicked it. Yeah, that's what he did. He don't.
Did I do that?
Yeah,
you did that.
I messed up. Yeah, exactly. He's that guy.
Yeah, I don't know if he's like that. I feel like he takes it farther because he know it ain't gonna be no fights on the court. It ain't nothing gonna happen. I feel like he takes it a little further because he know everybody in the NBA soft and ain't gonna do nothing to him. I don't feel like he would move reckless like that if he was in the streets and he got into something with some people. He not just popping off like that. But in the heat of competition, I feel like it's there in the heat of competition. But
yeah, you're right about it to that extent because I do believe that he's not a dummy. I don't think he's a dummy. Okay.
Right.
I mean, you could question some other players. You could question some other players in regards to their intelligence or wisdom. Yeah. I don't think he's a dummy. I just think that
confirms that.
I think it's what you said about knowing what you can get away with, but I also think that legitimately that's him. Like that's him. Like that's not just I think that's him. He has.
Well, if it's you, Draymond, you gotta figure some things out.
Yeah, man.
I know you ain't got that much longer left in the league. Don't be getting fined and your bread took towards the end. Don't mess up your whole legacy. Just being wild and you an old head. Act like an old head in the league. Stop with the weirdness because nobody want to rumble in the NBA. You can get your licks back in the heat of the competition. You ain't gotta do a bad acting job and cheap shot somebody. So
I'm gonna give him credit.
Get it together.
I'm gonna give him credit. He got 4 championships. He's made some money.
I mean, he played.
If you're gonna act a fool, it's probably a better time to do it than early. Because if he did it when he was 23
in the beginning,
versus
it would have been
33. Yeah, well, it probably would have been over. He probably would have made the money he's made. He's made some money. So, you know what I'm saying? Like this is the time. He knows he can get away with some stuff or try some stuff now that he's older that he wouldn't have been able to try when he was much younger.
Right. So Draymond, keep doing your thing, I guess. Whatever you do,
I'm
do
not
what you
saying
do.
that. I'm just
Just
saying.
don't do it versus the Sixers. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I'm just
Don't do it versus the
yeah.
Sixers.
I'm just
But
saying that. Yeah. Get
when
it
that
together.
comes up, we'll see what the punishment gonna be. Maybe it'll be a post. Go follow us at nobox_ENT. You know, go follow us. Maybe we'll post about it. But his punishment is coming down. You know, but with that social media reaction, which was a good one, we're gonna wrap up the show, man. It's been episode 3. We got 3 of these things in, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to everybody who watching. Shout out to everybody who supporting, everybody who liking, everybody who commenting. You know, it's all love. We do it for the passion, and we do it for y'all too. Hand clap for y'all one time. Yeah. So reviewing what's just coming up, we got the Eagles on Monday night. We got the Sixers tomorrow versus Detroit. You know, we'll be watching that closely and telling you what we think. And, you know, keeping our eyes open for anything that we can unbox on the No Box Sports Talk podcast, man. Anything you want to say to the people going out?
Yo, check out that Run Barry Run documentary, man. It's really good.
Run Barry Run.
Whether you know something about Barry Sanders or you don't know a whole lot, it's good for either fan. It's really, it definitely.
Run Barry
really
Run,
good.
Detroit legend running back. If you don't know about Barry Sanders, you need to know about him. Some of y'all ain't know who Barry was.
Right.
They're like, Barry hit home runs. No, not that Barry.
Nah, not that Barry.
Yes. So
check it out.
What's it called?
It's Run Barry Run. Yep.
Run Barry Run. You watched it and you enjoyed it.
Yeah, man.
So go check it out, man. You know, he recommended the Hard Knocks and Run Barry Run. Don't say y'all ain't got nothing to watch if y'all watching us. Don't say it, because after y'all turn this off, he giving y'all recommendations, man.
Very good.
But that's been it, man. Thank y'all for rocking out with my co-host and me. That's been episode number 3. I'm Uncle Dud, and that's my co-host. You already know. Holla at us. Dial at us. Original CP3, and don't forget it. We gonna holla at y'all. One.
Sweet talking. Tell him how you feel. Tell him how what the hell you been catching, and let him